Going to get started with your second workout of the 21-day challenge. And this is a strength-oriented workout, which means we're going to isolate muscle groups and do a couple exercises, 2 or 3 exercises in a row that work the same muscle group. So for the warm-up, you're going to start with some leg swings. When you first do leg swings, you may want to be standing close to something that you can grab in case you lose your balance. And you're just going to start slowly, start small. Then as you get more comfortable, your leg is just swinging back and forth. You can start raising it a little bit higher. The thing to be careful about on these is that you don't want to open up your hips when you turn to the side. You want your hips to stay facing forward. Then you're going to do pot stirs. So you just lean down. You can have your legs straight. You can have one bent. You're just leaning on it, and you're just kind of letting that shoulder circle around. You'll go 5 in one direction, then change directions. Then you'll switch to the other arm. And like I said, you'll get a little stretch in your leg if you keep both of your legs straight. Squats, same thing. Toes facing forward and knees in line with the second toe. You're just dropping those hips back. Because it's a warm-up, you don't have to go very deep. Just kind of get your legs warmed up. And then if you get through a couple rounds, then you can start going deeper. Keep all your weight in your heels on those squats. Okay, starting with chest and back, we're going to do push-ups. So you just want a nice flat back. You're going to lower that chest all the way down to the ground, your chest, not your head. Keep your head neutral. Push back up. And then plank to plank. You may want to start on your knees if you've never done plank to plank before. Drop your hips down just a little bit. And you're going to drop down one elbow at a time down to your forearms and then push back up. As you get used to the form of these, you can go up onto your toes, drop down to your elbows, push yourself back up. Then flies, so you can grab some, if you have light dumbbells, you can use them in these workouts. If you don't, you can use cans of beans, even bottles of water. And you're going to lie flat on your back with your arms overhead and just open them straight out to the side at the level of your chest. Straight out to the side. Renegade rows. So again, you can do these with light dumbbells. You can also do them just with cans of beans. You're going to be sitting on your weights with your weights in your hands. And again, you may want to start on your knees. And you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're cracking a walnut between those shoulder blades. Alternate and just pull these to the side. Working your back here. If you decide to do them up on your toes and you're pulling back, keep your hips square with the floor. You don't want to open up as you're pulling back. So you want to keep your hips square with the floor as you're doing those renegade rows. Then swimmers, you're going to lay on your stomach and raise your arms and legs and then touch opposite hand, foot. So you're just swimming on the ground. Then we get into legs, squats. I've already showed you today. Froggies. You're going to dip down to the ground, drop those hips, jump forward. The important thing with froggies is it is more important to drop your hips low than it is to touch the ground. So if your legs are burning and you're really tired, it's okay to just come to here. What I don't want is this, where you're leaning forward. Okay, so drop your hips. However low your hips can drop, your hands can drop. The goal, of course, is to get your hands all the way down to the ground with each squat. Then you're going to be doing curtsy lunges. So you're going to step back and to the side and curtsy. You can come up to a balance if you want. Step back to the side. Deadlifts. You can grab some light weights, your cans of beans, your bottles of water. I'm going to show you from the side. You can keep a nice flat back. Bend over until it's really stretching those hamstrings. Keep your legs straight and then snap up. Really think about squeezing your hamstrings and your glutes to stand up. So you stand up kind of quickly and you really squeeze to get yourself standing again. Hip extensions are on the ground. Lay down, raise your hips up, lower them down. Don't let your hips rest on the ground. They can touch, but don't let them rest. Keep constant tension on those hamstrings. Start with your hands down at your sides. Move them up to your chest. Move them up here. All right. Military push-ups. So we're going to be doing, this is going to be working your shoulders. What you're going to do is you're going to get up onto your tiptoes, kind of in a V position. You're going to lower the top of your head, kind of your forehead to the top of your head, your hairline, down to the ground, and push back up. Okay, so this is going to work your shoulders. You can put your knees down on this, but it makes a huge difference. It makes it much, 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 much easier. So I would prefer, if you need to modify, just don't go as deep. So get that booty up in the air and just lower yourself as low as you can and push back up. You don't have to get your head all the way down to the ground. Then grab your weights or beans or water, and you're going to do side raises. So just standing with nice posture, squeeze those shoulder blades together, tuck the hips under a little bit, and you're raising your arms straight up to the side. Anything that you're doing with shoulders in general when you're exercising, do not go past parallel to the ground. You will hurt your shoulders. So keep your arms no farther than parallel to the ground. Stand in front of a mirror if you have to. Once you start coming up to here, then you're going to start throwing off those shoulders, the tendons and ligaments and such. Okay, bicep burnout with your weights. You're going to do 8 halfway. So when you're going to start with your arms all the way straight, let your arms go all the way straight. You're going to bring them up halfway until your forearms are parallel with the floor. 8 of those. Then you're going to start at the very top of the bicep curl and lower until your forearms are parallel with the floor. And then you're going to do the entire bicep curl. Anytime you do a bicep curl, let your arms go all the way straight. Don't stop them here and keep tension on those biceps. Go ahead and let them go all the way straight and then bring them up. You can also do this with a resistance band. If you have a resistance band at home, or if you're doing this at a gym, you just stand on the resistance band and you can do them that way. All right, and the last one is tricep push-ups. So this one you're going to lie on your side. When you're leaning on your side, the hand that you would be leaning on, you're going to cross and grab that opposite shoulder. This hand is going to go in front of you, and you're just going to lay down, let your shoulder barely touch the ground, and push yourself back up. It takes a little while to get used to the form of this exercise, but the farther your hand is away from your body and the closer to your head, the easier it is. Okay, so start with your hand out far away from you and up near your head, and then as you get stronger and more comfortable with the form of this exercise, you can move your hand closer to your body and down toward your hip, which is where it's more challenging. All right? Have fun with this.